We back live and kicking. So Melanie, you can go ahead and respond to me in sorry, respond to me in what I was saying a while ago. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Tony, you said quite a bit. You talk about the change and the transition, and from what you said, it highlighted that women make a lot of changes in the relationship that basically jeopardizes the closeness that once existed between the partners. And so therefore now, because the man wants that feminine energy to continue, that he moves away. My response is that change is natural. As we grow from day to day, we're not ever the same. So when it comes now to the expansion of a family unit, because it's now no longer just you and her, it means then that there has to be adjustment. So what I hear coming from you is the adjustment is being made by the woman, and it is unfair because she's now making the children, the housework, and all these other things a priority over the man. My thing is, how does the man change with the change in the situations? It seems as if he just stays there expecting life to continue as it was before the expansion. What is your
My
take on that?
my rule
Mm-hmm.
is my rule.
Okay.
My rule doesn't change.
Yeah, but your circumstances in the relationship changes.
Okay.
So therefore, your role may not change,
Let
but
me
your role should expand much the way that the
let
woman's
me
role
let me
expand.
let me tell you what exactly
Mm-hmm.
happens when I talk about the feminine and the masculine.
Mm-hmm.
You, if I'm going to stay feminine, I mean masculine.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going to stay masculine
Mm-hmm.
and be and do what I have to do,
Mm-hmm.
and then you start stepping into my role and taking my role over. See, women do this all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and it causes relationship betrayal.
Okay.
See, when a woman becomes frustrated
Ah.
because she takes on more than she can chew, this is what I'm talking about.
So
It doesn't see team concept has gone out the window.
team concept. I
Yeah,
hear two good words
yeah,
there. I hear frustration
and
and I hear team concept. Keep
and
on.
if most black men
Mm-hmm.
has a mentality
Mm-hmm.
of you give
Mm-hmm.
and I give afterwards. That's the
Okay.
mentality.
Okay.
And so a man come after you before see before you give me your body,
Mm-hmm.
I had to work hard to prove to you that I was the person you should give it to.
Okay.
Okay. So now when you give it to me, sex was my object, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to continue that same role.
Mm-hmm.
But what women do, they shift. And that's where the problem is.
Yes.
See, I can give you a story. If a man comes home and he had the whole room to himself,
Mm-hmm.
and now he was comfortable coming in his room with his big TV
Mm-hmm.
and his two click and his lazy boy. When the baby comes, he now resort to front room. The baby takes the room. That's the growth of the family,
Mm-hmm.
right? But the man is now out of his zone.
Okay.
because the woman who set the room at the first stage for him didn't set the front room. So he was pushed. So she's now, there goes, she stopped being feminine to being masculine. And it's a problem. It sounds simple. it sounds crazy to you and you laugh. But men has a tendency to lose their roles quickly if they set off their track. Because men routine.
So, you know what needed to happen to all those men who were stuck in their routine? They needed to participate in parenting class. They needed to participate in family building classes or something, because clearly they have this image in their head that this is what life is all about. But life cannot be all about that once a child comes into the picture, much less two. But I
you
hear
want a
you.
child. I don't want a child. You want it.
Ah.
See where your masculine
Because
come in?
that is where now I am gonna say, did you discuss how your family will move?
A man cannot discuss that because the woman
While
time,
he's busy having fun.
the woman time clock has changed, and she's trying to get all these in.
Yeah, but you
before-
discuss it.
Hold on. No. There's,
Because at the end of the day, if there's no discussion, then of course the woman is getting all
There
that she
is
wants
no-
and the man gets left behind.
there's no discussion because
Sadly.
she become masculine. Her feminine.
You
honey,
talk about the clock, you know.
honey, hold on, honey, I like to have a child at 20. And then the man,
And the man response is,
the man executed. Watch
okay.
now. What now? Wait, he's going to execute it. Now watch how he's going to do. He's going to choose his time where he could afford it. You bring this baby because you wants this baby. I just struggling to pay the mortgage. The baby come. So you didn't let me execute it. You didn't let me come back here and say, well, honey, okay, we'll have it next year when I get a little raise. You had this baby because you felt that, oh, we need a baby to keep the family together. I mean, see, what a woman does, the woman comes with their whole plan.
But they don't consult
Exactly.
with the partner.
So now when you run in on your own, you take the masculine role and you run in the house by yourself and you're doing this, you bring in your hold on, you bring in your family to live there. You know all of this. And then so the man is saying, Jesus Christ, his words, I now have to put up with your watch it, your sister moving because she having some issue. I now gotta take the burden too. And so when I become stressful and become frustrated, you ain't hearing me because you take the masculine role. So my thinking is, I cannot talk to this woman. Every time I try to say to her, this is what upsetting me, she says, oh, you always try to create a problem. Why you just don't live? Why you just can't enjoy life? How could I enjoy life when you got me burdened down?
Because the meaning of enjoyment of life for a male is clearly different from the meaning of enjoyment of life for a female. Now,
why do men have two women? That is the most one of the reasons, because women don't listen. They don't hear you. And the reason they don't hear you because the relationship is burnt out before the problem addressed. You want me to go again? The relationship is then burnt out before the issue was addressed.
okay.
So when the issue started addressing, That's the tail end. That's when the man then decided to go around the corner.
Mm.
He don't have this woman who listens to him.
Wow. Because the relationship is new. So
No,
in 5 years
no,
now,
that's
you
a
and I
fam-
may come to the same unless
It didn't matter.
now
No. Don't miss me. Don't miss me. This relationship can never go through the problems because
you done learn from the first one.
Because-
and you learn to open your mouth and say what you want from what you don't want.
but this relationship is nothing to do with love.
I don't understand that.
This is relationship is to comfort me from you, bugger. This
Okay.
relationship, this is my side piece who knows me more than you because you so into you and your family and your children. Even ain't learn me no more because you don't really, because you keep on saying to me, why are you complaining?
Okay.
There's nothing to complain about.
So
Everything is normal.
basically, I would say that there is a lack of understanding, a lack of interest in getting to understand, and therefore there is a pulling away of the party who feels neglected.
Yeah.
And he goes now to another area where he has the eye and the ear of another.
And me having this other woman, she knows what I'm all about. She learned me because she had to learn me to be with me, to work
Well,
me
the first
and work
one
with
had
me.
to learn with you
No,
too.
the first one didn't learn me because she was the only person, and so all my attention was there. I give her everything.
Oh,
This one, I ain't getting. She have to learn me.
okay.
She work hard to know my ins and outs. And guess what? She can get my heart any day. But most men don't want another wife to be
Sadly.
the next woman.
Okay.
No. Why would you take on two wives?
Why would you take? You really have two women with the one who you are living with.
The one on the no. We have the children, we have the house, we have a lot of things together.
But y'all don't have each other.
No, because you give me mercy sex. You know what mercy sex is?
Explain.
Mercy sex is after I complain so often,
Okay.
you say, "Come, let me give this so he don't run and go." Because I needed money. So she give me this. She give them these man they mercy sex to hold tie on them.
So you know the question I want to ask.
You ask whatever you want.
How does a man balance these
women?
two relationships?
Easy because one the woman basically on the outside understand the woman on the inside.
You think so?
Yeah, the woman on the inside knows about the woman on the outside knows about the woman on the inside. She because the husband tell the one on the outside everything that goes on in his house because he carry his pain.
Burdens
No, ain't burden. He carry his pain
to the other woman.
to the woman on the outside. That's how she become the best thing since sliced bread for him
Okay.
because she listens. And guess what she does? Guess what she does? She cook for him. She clean for him. She takes care of him. She does his hair, rub his heart. She knows when he's hurting because she learned him. She studied him. The wife in the house, once he take care of the children, once he does his role, because most marriages based on
Role function.
the role function. And be honest, and women lie a lot, especially married women lie a lot. They really know their husband doing something. But because society, and when society when their best friend find and say, but your husband this and that, you know what they do? They start crying on the shoulder. But you know long time.
Okay.
So you gotta play this role to your friends that this hurting you. And guess what? If something is hurting you, what you do? You go away from it. So why you ain't move yet? See, they lie. See.
But like you say, maybe it's the security.
That's what it is.
Or you have some women who say, I'd rather have a piece of you than to not have any of you.
No. Most women don't like to lose.
Nobody likes to lose, men or women.
No.
Men like to lose?
Men, when men lose, they're heartbroken. They basically dies. They might die physically.
And that is why men
die.
have two women, because they
don't wanna
refuse
die.
to let go of one.
Because
no matter
afraid
how
to die.
inefficient or how unfulfilled they are in that relationship, they hang on to it and they want the woman to be the one to move on.
Right.
And then they will where all the love resides.
But people, right? I don't know, but people, right? People has this tendency, especially women. You're talking about feminine woman, and what I can talk about, I can talk about. I ain't gonna hold back. I just gonna hold back what I can talk about. It's just like a feminine woman. She's feminine. She wants to be feminine. She wants to be loved. She wants to be cared for and all of that. And most times, when these men want their wife to be feminine, and most times they don't. So a man will go out because the woman on the outside will be feminine with him everywhere she wants, every aspect, every place, every. See, if you were taught from home, a woman don't cock up. You bring that in your marriage. So the girl that can cock up to your husband and come down the pole and jump on top of your head, most in Tennessee, when he gets there, he's not gonna leave. Because it's more exciting. Why do I stay with a woman who wear big panty, don't want to try new things, make love the same way, and give me moisty sex? To say, come on, you complain, so I ain't want you complain no more. So we got to have a smart relationship. You got to have a smart relationship to enjoy our lives. Because if you're gonna stay in a relationship that is stressful, it's gonna break you down. You can't perform. I'm not talking sex now, we're talking about perform. You can't perform your duties because the more you're in a relationship
and you're frustrated, you become frustrated. And you mentioned the frustration of females in the first segment. And the thing is, you also mentioned the fact that girls are trained, and you talk about the example of handed on the belief that women don't cock up.
Right.
And so, if I enter a marriage believing that, of course it's going to hinder the relationship. And then the other thing is what we see modeled in our homes as children. What our mother did, we have a tendency to do. Again, I always come back to society and the pressure that labels women negatively if they are expressive, if they are free with their sexual expressions. Then you have women who hate other women who express that feminine energy. But we have to realize in relationships, in marriages, the man is attracted to that feminine energy, like you said. And so if we don't want to lose our husbands or want to share him with a third wheel, then we have to somehow find a balance. And then maybe, we know based on what you're telling us that the feminine energy is vital to the life of the relationship, then it means that we, as the bearer of that feminine energy, must also be able to calmly and effectively communicate to our partners what he can do to assist us in maintaining that energy at the level that it was when the relationship
You
started.
know what is painful?
What?
I've been there. I can talk about me now. I can talk about me, so I can let the public know about me. It's painful. I was in a relationship where I started to feel like I only value money. My value is money.
Okay.
And when my money gone and my money low, I value.
Okay.
The worst thing for a man, and this is why most men decided that they're going to give this woman up, because they started to feel that the only thing the woman care about is their money. And so the man goes seeking for love elsewhere. And what he's going to find mightn't be love, but it
come across as if it's
better than what he get home. Because the person that he find is going to give him some more attention, and he feels that he can get value for his money. So he is most likely is going to stick there, even if the relationship is not what he's looking for, because he might be wanting to move on from his wife, but he will stick there because the relationship that he developing or has developed took comfort. So he get his comfort from this. And so once a man is comfortable, he intends. You see, men can't take too much change. Woman is change all the time. Men set in the rock.
Well, actually, I resisted the temptation to say that on several opportunities presented earlier in the discussion. Because I feel that men don't want to change gas. They don't want to shift gas. If this gas, they want to stay in neutral, right? They don't want to go in first, and they don't want to go in second or third. They want them comfortably. They want to stay in that comfort zone. And sadly enough, women are constantly looking for new expressing new ways of cooking the same meat, new ways of decorating the home. But the new way that the man is and make him happy.
Exactly. But you see, most powerful men keep these women because they got money and they got power. So their wife will not go anywhere.
Okay.
She will be there like a lapdog and chase after him because she loves the power that he brings. So he can have 2 and 3 women. It doesn't matter because she got the money and she still got the power. So in most relationship like that, the woman knows what's going on, but she ain't gonna say nothing. And the man can have 4 and 5 women, and she ain't gonna say nothing because she love her. She relationship and sex. Some people, sex is not the object. No, sex is not the object. Let me tell you why.
For who? The man or the woman?
For the most time for the woman.
Okay.
It's the sex issue.
But
So-
you know.
And if he can't drive
Yeah.
the way he wants, what drives him, that's why he goes out, because he
Right.
got the money to do it.
And so basically, women complain all the time that you all are never home. He's never home, and he expect that when he come home at 11 o'clock that I supposed to be ready for him. But because women thrive on emotional connections with their partner, when the man strokes their emotion, men want their ego to be stroked. And I think that there is a easy solution to it. But first, people have to come to the realization of what makes the other person move. Okay? So, men aren't very good at emotional connections, but women crave it. Men are good at physical connection, but if the woman isn't stroked emotionally, it's like foreplay. It's like giving her the sweet desire for you, right? But again, the distractions are the family responsibilities, the cooking and the cleaning and the readiness for the next day. So I feel home that it's on a part-time basis where she can still maintain her independence but still meet her husband's need as well as the need of the children.
See.
Because that is a truckload of responsibilities.
But see, the woman want the man to be out.
But the man don't want the woman to
The
be
woman
out.
just wants something to complain. The woman want the man to be out.
I don't think so.
Let me show you why the woman want the man out. The woman want to be home to watch all her stories.
She could create her own stories
No,
with a man.
no. She wants her time to watch her own stories, all of her stories all day. She most men goes out her world. She cook and she brings her family, her sisters, her auntie, and mother. Her see, she got everybody. So the man is no room for me. That's the word for the man. No room for him. Because what has happened, his space is being taken anyhow. He feel obligated that he got to sit there and talk. Woman talk. So she wants him out. 9 o'clock. She complained.
Okay.
And
So we got to decide what it is we want.
And he's now been crazy because he felt that he should have stayed out there where he was and have some more fun. To come to hear you complaining. And see, women don't have, and I know people can say, well, I beat a woman. No, women don't have the skills to understand what are they doing. If you're a feminine woman, you will say, honey, where are you going? And he say, why you ask me that? And you say, honey, no, because I might want to go with you.
Okay.
And then he will say, well, honey, I going right on. So. See. Earlier I say, let the man be the man.
Okay. And maintain that feminine energy.
Yeah.
Maintain that submissive
Yeah.
feminine
You have-
energy where he feels like he is captain of the
Right.
ship.
Because if you take the man role, he's gonna run. And he's gonna
Very,
run.
very. I think this is powerful food for thought.
Well, I tell you, I can
A
dig it up.
lot of persons may be ignorant of this important connection, what I will call rite of passage,
Yeah.
basically.
Because if you
Because
go ahead.
I wonder why so many relationships are failing, but it's because knowledge is deficient.
Yeah.
That we are grossly deficient in the ways of how to maintain.
Right. When you run as woman or man, when you run to the pastor or the counsel, it's almost too late.
Yeah.
Because the issue, you should have dealt with it long time. There's too many times where a woman
Go to in too many different directions.
yeah.
Right.
Me and you taking on a matter here. You talking about what I did to the children or what I did to this. And you never get to clear this matter because now you irritate me to a point where I ain't listening. I there. I have to stay there because I want sex tonight. So I biting my lip and I get along the program because I don't want to rock that boat.
So everything is just conditional and it's just lies. So,
But I
and
think
I'm
women
not
lies.
happy, but men lie too.
Ma-
According
no,
to what
no,
you say,
ma-
you saying that you stay there because
Men
you don't
are-
want to rock the boat, but you're not happy with what
Men always
happened.
lying. We're not talking. See, men had to lie every day. People lies, men and women, but woman lies and cover up their lies. See, men lie and lie. Woman, see,
Men lie, 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 and continue to lie.
yeah,
But
but-
women cover theirs
yeah.
up.
But let me give you a story, and you tell me if I'm wrong or right. You might be honest with me, but how many women in this country? More women than men, right?
Well, that's what they believe, but
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, that's what they believe. So, how many women lie more than man? Because more women lying than man, right?
I think
Woman
The-
lies more than man.
the problem with the lies is that we when we are honest, just like men lie at the beginning of the relationship because they don't want to lose, so they will be in a marriage but they won't tell the person until well on, or until someone come and whisper something in their ears and say, oh, such and such a person, or I heard something today that you married, right? And then you'll say, yeah, I married, but we ain't getting along and all that other kind of stuff. Hi, L'Oreal,
For
Miss Bartlett.
hey, Laura, my sister. For you, for me,
Mm-hmm.
the sweetheart.
That's true.
All right. And so if the man have two women, yeah, plenty women lying and plenty women scheming.
But guess what? A lot of those women who men have as a second woman are alone because the man who they had move on round the corner.
I agree with
So-
you. So for me, the sweetheart, two women, or
To have two
top
women.
two women. One, somebody. If I lying, somebody's lying because they ain't want the other woman know. Somebody else asks, no, me go. Somebody, no, you just friends. Somebody got to be lying. So-
Well, you know, the thing about that is that oftentimes what happens when you care about someone, you really don't want to create any problems for them, but not that you really choose to lie. Laurie L says that men
Laurel.
cannot. Laurel,
Laura.
Laura,
Laura about it.
Laurel.
We call Laura.
Okay, men cannot.
Always trying to get a woman to accept an ex-woman. Men always doing that.
Always.
Always. So woman
So
can
no,
handle
no,
the
no,
truth.
no, 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 no. But guess what? You all try to get the woman to accept another woman without the other woman knowing that you are a part of his life.
Agree. But I agree.
So
but
who's the lie? You actually force the woman to live a lie because you're trying to protect where you are or reduce the pressure coming down on you from where you are.
But-
so you make the woman. Sometimes y'all say, "Oh, she crazy," or "She this," and if she
But-
find out this, that, and the other.
But you have to see, honestly and true, let's be honest. Sweethearting, scheming, whatever way we use it. Woman on the side, round the corner, whatever you use. It's a sweet. Cheating is sweet.
I don't think it is the
You think it's sweet?
cheating that is sweet.
Okay, what it is?
The relationship that is a cheating relationship is sweet, but y'all be scratching and lying. If it's so sweet, why you have to lie about it? If it is so sweet, why do you have to lie?
Majority of
If it's sweet, be brave and tell everybody.
Yeah.
Put it out in the open.
yeah, majority of men. This is true. Majority of men only want juice. They really don't want a relationship, but they know a woman will not give in and tell them a lie.
So you lying first.
That's the only way you can
So,
get it.
okay, ladies, you all hear that?
That's the only way you can get it.
When a man come to you, he is telling you what will get him what he wants.
But the key is this: if you Bahamian woman lie so much. If you
Go
tell
back to woman lying, man lying.
man lie too, okay. But most women, if you come out and tell them the truth, come out and say, "Okay, Melanie, I love Laurel, and me and Laurel are married, and but I like you too, or I love you too." Could be
Oh, I'd like to get to know you because you
Right.
don't know me yet.
Okay, fine.
So you can't love me yet
Okay,
because
fine.
I'm a stranger to you.
right, fine. But there's women out there who will agree.
There are.
And-
But if the one who you like disagrees, move on until you find someone who will agree. But don't try to drag her in your net with lies.
See,
and that's what the majority of men do.
Let me close. And go back to the last piece. In relationship, and why men scheme, it don't have to be sex.
No.
Women think that man only scheme for sex.
But you just say, man, only interested in sex.
Right.
Okay.
But not all of them. I
Okay.
understand. Most of them are only
Okay.
interested in sex. But not all of them. You have some love companion.
Companionship.
Because guess what?
And they can't get it at home.
Right.
So they
love,
so they just
and they love the fact that I can help this person develop. I can help this person.
and she get
I say no, so it can't happen. But let me show them how it happens. Before me and you was sexually active, if I come to date you, so it wasn't no sex involved.
dialogue, yes.
We were
friends. Right.
we go out, we did that, so
Had fun together.
Right,
And you
so-
know, generally
go ahead.
when you become sexually active with people, it changes things.
Yes, because that's what it does.
Friendship change
Yeah,
with sexual.
it changes.
Because I don't know why it's crazy,
it-
but it changes.
Because
Somebody want to control and keep that to
yeah,
themselves.
yeah, because if
Insecurity.
something, yeah,
And
'cause-
especially if they themselves lying. So they figure, well, if I lying and I around here with you, that means when I leave you around there with somebody else.
well, see, it's like the dog and the bone syndrome.
Right.
When you taste something and it tastes different, you won't find out what it's all about.
Okay.
Where this can of spaghetti come from? This ain't Chef Boyardee. This, so you reading the can because you will
Right.
find out more because the taste is different.
Right.
Right. And so in relationships, same thing. chasing after the taste. And most men get caught up chasing after taste. That's why they get treated bad in certain situations. Why are you chasing after the taste? Your wife is probably chasing after another taste.
Or somebody else chasing after your wife.
Well, somebody else chasing after your wife.
Really?
Yeah, that's where the word go.
Oh, okay.
Somebody always looking after. The wife will tell you, they say, but boy, being somewhere and this fella was all over me. So somebody always chasing
somebody else. Okay.
And
because men are natural hunters.
yes.
Okay.
And so the talk about two men
or a man having two
women.
Mm-hmm.
It is based on biblical also.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is based on real life and is real in the world today.
Mm-hmm.
It's everywhere.
It is common. Very common. Very.
It's a natural human thing.
Okay.
I don't think.
Well, definitely the hunter instinct. Yeah. But I personally feel. Let me ask you the question. If the woman never loses her feminine energy in the relationship that she's in, what is the likelihood that her partner will still go out there and
the
hunt
likelihood of a partner,
a new partner?
If she keeps her feminine
energy,
mm-hmm. He steps out. That means he's a brother who always will step out.
Okay.
But majority of, if you check it, majority of people, mm-hmm. and majority of relationship where the man doesn't step out, mm-hmm. is the woman keeping her femininity.
Okay.
She's submissive.
So it's less likely.
She's beautiful.
Right.
She understands her role. She do it well. She takes care of her partner. She takes care of children. She takes care of home. She takes care of family. And she always, not necessarily Christian, you know.
Mm-hmm.
She always put God first. Now, see, the big difference in that is this. Some people say God first. But I'm talking about a woman who
really puts him first.
Yeah, who
right. So she's a woman of principle.
Yes.
Okay.
And what? Now, I'm going to close. And this is where I'm going to get myself in trouble, but I don't mind. Majority of the woman who gets scheme on is the ones who chasing money.
Is the one who chasing what?
Money.
Oh.
Come on and see you. Man, I know you ain't into nothing.
You only ain't into him.
Yeah, you only marry me because you ain't into nothing.
Okay.
So when you get scheme on, that means you need to first look in the mirror. Stop pointing on the man. You need to look in the mirror when the man doubles you. Something you doing ain't right. And you always gonna say, but I do everything. You lying thing. You ain't do everything. Trust me. If we sit down and go through all these marriages, that one human or one thing you're not doing, take that man off.
And you know, one thing people say, but all you do is hang on to this one thing. But what we have to realize in relationships is we have to love people the way that they want to be loved.
And let me tell you, don't get married if you're not willing to be submissive. If you want your marriage, see, ain't no marriage is 50-50. Don't let nobody tell you.
So basically, I wouldn't say if you're not willing to be submissive. I would say don't get married until you have mastered your feminine energy.
Right.
Because that is key.
Yeah. And most marriage, it never be 50-50. Never. When you're 50-50, you'll be in trouble. Somebody got to be the boss. Somebody got to be the waker, and somebody got to be. I'm telling you,
the highway, the queen bee, and the workers.
So in areas you can develop. If he said you better make money, I'm not saying.
But it comes back to where you use the team. Have a team approach to your relationship.
And if you're not willing to be a team player, take your role serious.
Yeah.
So you don't try to take my room because you can't handle my room. And all this back and forth why a man is a old woman crying. Search yourself. First of all, you never should marry a man because the man never love you properly. These are critical things, and you must be critical thinker when you approach this marriage thing and approach this relationship. You got to search the man, his soul.
And
right?
And what is also very important is you have to know your own worth.
Yep.
Have self-worth, and don't jump into something just because that's available to you. Something better might be down the road.
If you want sex, find a sex object. Find a man who loves sex. And you can have sex. Do not, folks, listen to me. I just close. Do not marry a man who talks about some dryness. Listen, die a woman. Because if you won't be a juicer, find a younger woman who juice with you and have fun with you. If you take an old woman,
but bear in mind that if love truly exists between an individual and his partner, sex is never a problem. It's never a problem because you will always find the solution that you need to get where you want to go as a couple. That's my 5 cents.
Yeah, I know that's your 5 cents. You always say that, but it shouldn't be an option. But you old school.
What do you mean it shouldn't be an option?
You old school.
What do you mean it shouldn't be an option?
People just don't.
Love. If you really love somebody, you're gonna work it out.
But even in love,
right?
Some people love different.
But you hear what we said? You must love the individual the way they desire to be loved. So it means that you must be tapped into your partner to know what makes him or her happy, what turns their wheel.
Well, there's a lot of men out there, and then we gotta close. There's a lot of men out there who crying right now that they marry a woman, or woman crying right now that they marry a man they wish the devil they never did it, because this is the worst time of their life. And you know why you go through it? Because you never established what you get.
Exactly.
So I close on that. It's Mel Tony under the tree. Yeah, every Saturday right here. We discuss relationship. We discuss anything. Next week we're gonna discuss behavior of young people, children, mothers. So we got an issue. But next week under the tree. Mel Tony right here. 4 o'clock.
So thank you everyone, Laura, for joining.
Tell B hello for me.
Yes.
Let him know.
And all of you that have joined us silently in the audience, we say thank you and look forward to sharing with you again next week. Same time.
Same place.
Continue to stay safe. Love yourself. Take care of yourself.
Have a great weekend. Enjoy.